the brain again. Nah, nah, nah. Oh, man, I'm so young. Standing on my 10 toes, I stay strong, and so I still move on, no matter what goes on. Starting from a far place, moving on, because I started from a far place. I'm all about the money making. I don't got time for any haters. No, I'm trying to go see different places. Because I started from a far place. I'm all about the money making. I don't got time for any haters. No, I'm trying to go see different places. And I be feeling out of place. Hear the brown and then I feel like I'm in space. Tired screeching in the race. Take me pace. Go slow till we popping out of base. Shorty wanna see my face.
What's up, wefobz Nation? Welcome to another wefobz podcast. This time coming to you in 2024. I'm glad to be back, holding it down for the entire wefobz podcast crew. Before I go on, though, let's get a couple of things out of the way. As usual, disclaimer. Everything expressed here on this podcast is for entertainment and educational purposes only. The views expressed belong to the speakers themselves and do not represent the wefobz Enterprise brand. The wefobz mission is to promote and encourage the changing of negative mindsets, stigmas, situations, and encounters into positive outcomes. Always got to get that out of the way. What's another welcome back for everyone? I mean, it's been a while. There's been a lot of things going on in the background and a lot of things we've been bringing towards, to showcase some. Those of you who've been following us have definitely seen a lot of the changes that's been going on and a lot of the projects we've been putting out. And we want to thank you for coming along for the ride. With that being said, let's give a couple of shout outs to a bunch of people who keeps making it happen here at wefobz. Shout out to Pootie Moore and the whyuce podcast crew. All of the people over there, they're really doing their thing. I hope you check out those podcasts right here at wefobz.io. They really got it going. whyuce podcast, everybody. Shout out to Queen and her new Let's Talk About It podcast. That's definitely one for the books right there. We're proud to bring that to you. A lot of subject matter goes into that based on books and self-help and motivations for yourself to keep yourself going in life. That's a podcast you want to check out once again right here. Visit wefobz.io or any of our social media channels. You can find Queen's Let's Talk About It podcast. And then shout out to you, wefobz Nation, for always holding it down with us, for always supporting us, for always being fans. We want to thank you for everything you've done for us. And we want to ask you to keep coming along on the journey because building this nation will never stop. It's going to keep progressing till we all reach our financial freedom goals. That's us here at wefobz. So let's get into the current outlook for wefobz 2024. Okay, we're just going to get right into it, not beat around the bush or anything like that. So we're still looking for our financial freedom. We're still working our way towards that. There's so many routes. There's so many things people got to do. Got to work to pay bills while at the same time holding down this platform. It's things we got to do. And, don't ever be afraid to get down and dirty to get where you are going to, but don't step on people's toes at the same time, right? The other thing is we're keeping an eye on the current events and what's going on. There's a lot coming down the pipeline for wefobz, and a lot of changes are happening. This podcast is actually going to announce a huge change for our podcast itself, and it's something you all going to want to listen in on. I'll bring that up after I give you these updates. The other thing we've been doing is celebrating our small victories. I mean, when we first started, Chief Flawed and I, it was just us two. But now we've got Pootie Moore, we've got Queen, we've got Rex, we've got so many people coming down the line. Shout out to Gray, Afauso, who else? Ben Jeezy, the Dormant, everyone that helped us create this podcast. Uh, it's broken, we developed from wefobz podcast. I wouldn't say we branched out, but we've also brought on newer brands, and it's grown within less than 3 years. It's only been a year since our wefobz podcast anniversary. That was like a couple months ago, and we're now on our second year going into this thing, and we're feeling good about it. We're really feeling good about it. That's why we say we celebrate the small victories, from humble two-man team to what it is now. It's still growing, and we're still looking to onboard a lot of trustworthy people who believe in the vision that we see. If you're one of those, hit us up. Become part of the wefobz Nation. And there you have it. So I come to the part where it's the biggest announcement of 2024. This is huge for this wefobz podcast because we've been looking to do it for a while, and now we're going to implement it. What we're announcing is we're going to be doing exclusively YouTube memberships, where we're looking for our most loyal wefobz Nation members to become wefobz citizens. That's what the membership is called. It's only $1.99 a month, and what you get is a bunch of exclusive perks from YouTube. I'll throw them up right here. Now, these perks are nothing to laugh about because we're going to be doing weekly updates on current events, and also talking to you in a way that coconuts kind of get together and figure things out with. But there's going to be a lot more content we're going to drop there. wefobz is becoming an exclusive membership-based YouTube platform where if you want to please support us, if you're a really good supporter, we're just asking $1.99 a month, and you get all the wefobz content you could ever want. But this is just the wefobz podcast now, everyone. Everything else is still open to everyone for viewership on our social media channels and wefobz.io. We really look forward to pulling this off, and we hope we get at least one 1 to 10 membership advances from any of you. We're looking to get that. We would be very honored and very delighted if that happened. So yeah, YouTube membership's going for $1.99. We're just, the only thing you'll see from wefobz podcast from now on is probably shorts and teasers. But if you want the full collection of all our content that we're dropping, we're going to be dropping, we're trying to drop at least 2 podcasts a week based on current events and an outlook on our journey towards financial freedom while reading these current events, and a lot of other things. We also have novelty podcasts that would come down the line for wefobz podcast, where we get a bunch of the crew together and we talk about any subjects that have ignited our interests, right? Or we have questions about. That's also coming down the pipeline. But you can only get it with the YouTube memberships that we're about to release for $1.99 a month. I think the final thing for now is the future of wefobz. Where do we see wefobz going? This is something that a lot of wefobz Nation members usually ask since it's 2024. Well, let me break it down to you. We're still with the NFT game and the metaverse game. A lot of people don't understand that those things have still been building in the background with a lot of people in Web3, and those have been coming along. A lot of the metaverses we've invested in and we're now currently in have launched. One of them can be called Cardano Lands on ADA Cardano network. It's a blockchain. And then there's the Flux Token network has also launched, but that's on PC. So we're still dealing with what can be done there. And then there's others like the Shibarium network that we're a part of. What am I trying to say? The metaverses are there, the NFTs are there, they're still launching, they're still going strong. So we haven't moved away from the vision of how we built wefobz with that. are dabbling into the crypto and stock market is still there. It's still the journey. Every road we're trying to take to get to financial freedom is still being taken. We're still traveling down that road. With the whyuce podcast, you want to check out a lot of the interviews that's coming down the pipeline for Poonie Moore and the gang, because he's really ramping it up, really gone to focus on his podcast, and it's coming out awesome. Supernatural Limits podcast will be back in action for 2024 with a lot more curious things to talk about based on the supernatural. I know all of you want a piece of that. Don't miss out when we start bringing it down. The Let's Talk About It podcast, as I said before, Queen and her crew, Difference, and everyone that's going to be coming on there with all the subject matter that they talk about. It's very deep, very, let's say, food for your soul type of deal there. You definitely don't want to miss that. All right here at wefobz. Our main website, wefobz.io. So we're going to revamp that website once again. We're always rebuilding on the website, looking to execute again, innovate everything that goes there. Check out wefobz.io. Support us there. Support us on our YouTube, new YouTube membership that's upcoming, $1.99 a month. That's all we're asking. It's just a measly $1.99 if you really are along for the ride. And we want to thank you for that. So the thank yous go out to everyone for tuning in. This is not too long of a podcast. Really short, straightforward, to the point, and that's what you're going to be getting from now on down the line. Is we're looking at shorter format podcasts, but it also gets to the beef of what you want to listen to or what you want to watch. Any closing thoughts? Closing thoughts for now is wefobz still doing their thing, still doing our thing. Still on our road towards financial freedom, and we're going to take as many roads as we need to take to get there as quickly as possible and share that journey with you. I want to thank you, wefobz Nation, for tuning in. As always, this is Guy So Smooth. You know, we out. wefobz.
I'm trying to go see different places. Man, I'm so young. Standing on my 10 toes, I stay strong, and so I still move on, no matter what goes on. Started from a far place, moving on. Because I started from a far place. I'm all about the money making. I don't got time for any haters. No, I'm trying to go see different places. Because I started from a far place. I'm all about the money making.